by stopping the fighting in Afghanistan on the day. As a consequence of that ceasefire, millions of children were vaccinated against polio. Peace Day is a day of ceasefire, but it's also a day of non-violence when individuals come together to make peace. So who will you make peace with? This year, Akon is singing to celebrate Peace Day from our concert in Goma, DRC. How will you celebrate? So far, we've told around 500 million people that Peace Day is working. Our target is 3 billion by 2016. So play football, sing, dance, pray, celebrate Peace Day your way, and be part of this global movement.
So I can feel something new.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the inspiring and wonderful Jeremy Gilley.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Your Royal Highness, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, and to the young people who are present, thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to tell you, as we celebrate 200 years of peace, which is a complete inspiration to the world, I'd like to tell you about a day of peace, a day of ceasefire and non-violence, the 21st of September. 16 years ago, I was concerned, I was frightened, I was confused by what was going on in the world. And I wanted to do something about it. So I decided to make a film about peace. And then I realized there was no day of peace. There was no day of global unity. There was no day of intercultural cooperation. There was no day when our world came together as one, separate from politics and religion. And I thought, well, I'll try and make that day happen with my film camera. I didn't think we'd succeed, but I knew if we tried, we'd make a profound statement about the issues of peace. Well, I'm pleased to say, after many years of traveling the world, meeting Nelson Mandela and Mary Robinson and Shimon Peres, Amre Musa, so many wonderful people, Kofi Annan, traveling into areas of conflict, I'm delighted after those years of work and recording on film, the British government and the Costa Rican government decided to put that idea of a day of peace, a day of ceasefire and non-violence, to the United Nations General Assembly. And that day was unanimously adopted by the world. The world now has a day of peace. It is the 21st of September. It is our opportunity to come together, to lift the level of consciousness around the fundamental issues that humanity faces. But I could hear the cynics say, but it's just a day. It will never work. Nobody will really stop fighting. And that frightened me as much as I was frightened at the beginning of the journey. So I decided to see if we could really make it work. And I decided to go to Afghanistan to see if we could get everybody to stop fighting for at least that day. And as a consequence of that, humanitarian activity would be able to take place. And after years of work, we received a letter from the head of the Mujahideen saying that we will not kill or kidnap on that day. NATO were involved, ISAF were involved, and UNICEF and WHO and other UN agencies were able to take 10,000 vaccinators into areas of conflict that you could not normally go, and they vaccinated 1.4 million children against polio. People can stop. The Day of Peace does work. It was inspirational, and we made a film about that journey called The Day After Peace, which you can watch at peaceoneday.org. We're now focusing, with the support of Howard G. Buffett Foundation, in the Great Lakes region of Africa, to raise awareness of this day, to manifest action on this day, and to bring that region together in perhaps a way that hasn't been for a very, very long time. It's wonderful to do the work. I can tell you that in 2012, 280 million people were aware of the Day of Peace. In 2013, 470 million people were aware of the Day of Peace. This year, 1.5 billion people will be aware, and as you saw in that short film, 3 billion by 2016. But what's really wonderful is it's not just about people with guns. There's violence going on in our schools, in our homes, in our communities, in every country of the world. And that's why this is a day of non-violence, not just ceasefire. We all have a role to play in the peace process. We cannot look to our governments to lead the kind of world that we want to be set, which has happened here for the last 200 years. We as individuals, as young people, must engage in the process. And if we do that, then we'll see a moment of unity. And out of that will come hope and inspiration. And the young people of our world can see that we can come together, separate from politics and religion. And what will that do in their minds? That will inspire them and empower them. and make themselves, I hope, work for peace. So who will you make peace with on the 21st of September? If you'd like to find out more information, please visit the website. It's a massive honor to have told you this story of 16 years of over 111 countries that I've visited in just a few minutes. But it really is. What's happened here in Norway is absolutely inspirational. 200 years of peace. And I hope the 21st of September inspires a new generation of peacemakers to set an example that this country has set for the last 200 years. Thank you, Norway. Thank you, Your Royal Highness. Thank you.